Hello, welcome to Faded Kitchen with me, Byron, and Alondra.
Hi. Well, we'll be taking your favorite recipes and infusing them with canola oil today.
So, what's the recipe today?
So today we're gonna be making Mexican sopes as part of the Cinco de Mayo that's coming up today. Cinco de Mayo, it's mainly just the Batalla de Puebla, which was just a war that was won. But yeah, so basically we're making Mexican sopes and in honor of the Cinco de Mayo.
So, we start with saying our ingredients.
Yes. So we have quite a bit of ingredients today. We're gonna be making a couple of things. We're gonna make the dough to make the sopes. So we're gonna use maseca, and we're gonna be making that from scratch. We're gonna be making the meat itself. We're gonna season it, and then we're gonna make a couple of toppings that's gonna be on top of it, such as beans, your classic sour cream, cheese, and we're gonna be making salsa. We're gonna be making two different salsas, a red salsa and a green salsa. Those are gonna be the main thing on this dish, as it's gonna be infused with our magic oil.
Yeah, magic oil. It should be around 100 milligrams each for each salsa.
If you know how to make sopes and whatnot, then great. You're just gonna learn then how to make the salsa today. Everybody does it differently, whether that's different Mexicans, different Hispanic. Every Latino does it differently. Today, I'm going to show you the way that I like to do it. And at home, feel free if you want to use different type of ingredients to like season your meat or different salsas. In cooking, there's really no rules.
No.
Personally, if we're gonna, I'm not sure we're gonna be writing down the measurements.
No.
As a Hispanic, I learned to cook and to measure from my heart. That's just what was taught to me. So I think that's how we're gonna be cooking today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be following her lead, honestly, on this one.
So if the boat sinks, he's sinking with me.
Yeah, honestly. Alright.
So let's get started with the dough. So for the dough, we're gonna be using maseca. So this is like basically corn masa. Okay. So all you have to do is in a bowl, try to get a 1 cup measurement. Want to be a little bit careful because since it is very powdery, it does tend to get a lot close. So there's that part. So I think for today we're going to be using 2 cups. And we also are going to be needing salt for today. The salt is just going to be a little bit to kind of enhance that flavor of the masa itself.
What's...
I don't know, we measure with our heart.
Okay.
So you want to do, I was always told to use like a pinch of salt, so you can just sprinkle a little bit. Probably do a little bit more.
Alright.
That pinch is too small.
It's a pinch.
That's it.
You can't buy...
So we're gonna try 2 cups for right now. We're also gonna be needing warm water.
Judging my pinch.
So you want to add the water. It has to be warm water, preferably. Don't use cold water because it's just gonna clump up the masa, and you want it to be a smooth kind of type of dough. So you want to add a little bit. You can add like maybe 1/8 of a cup, and you're gonna want to start. Do you wanna do the honors, or you want me to do?
You saw how she grabbed the bowl from me. Oh, I do. I'm just combining it.
Yeah, so you want to mix it with your hand. So you're gonna mix it with your hand. You're gonna make sure that basically the water is being distributed. And then I'm gonna be adding a little bit of water. And you're just gonna basically keep repeating this process until you start to get that dough to pretty much get smooth out. You don't want it to get too wet. You don't want it to be too dry because then the sopes are not gonna come out right.
Smells good already, honestly. I like the smell.
The smell of the masa.
Yeah.
It's a very unique smell to it, and that's what I like about it. Honestly, it does smell like a little bit of masa, so we might have to add another cup.
Do you want me to let it like clump up, or shall I break it apart?
You can let it and like break it both.
Both?
Yes. The answer is yes. Put your hand.
Oh, thank you.
Just to speed it up a bit. If I find the actual...
slow.
No, I'm saying...
I'll leave you alone. I'll stop.
I'm trying to teach you here, first of all. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna grab a different bowl so that we can go ahead and... I like to call it cleansing the meat. I know some people don't like to do anything to the meat. They just like to go ahead and just dump it on the pan that we're going to be using. Personally, me, I like to quote unquote disinfect it and like clean it a bit just because you never know. There's a lot of stuff going on with all our fruits and everything. I think it's just something else that kind of helps. At least it's a peace of mind in my head.
Oh, yeah. No one buys stuff from America anymore.
Hey, man, let's not get too political now.
What's the consistency you want from this?
Yeah, that's what you want. So you want to make it into a big ball, basically. Kind of like a cookie dough, in a sense. Yeah.
Give me a spoonful of it.
That's from a different video.
I think a cookie video is like a winter one. They could wait. They could wait till the new year. Like the holiday cookies.
Yeah, there you go. So if you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe right now. Go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned. Because if you're going to make the commitment, this is just a video once a month, first of all.
Yeah. Once a month.
Once a month.
If you want some more, I got a podcast on here too. If you love movies or TV shows.
We're working on a lot of things, just so you guys know.
I almost let an intrusive thought come out. I was like, I want to throw this at someone. Oh, shit.
Okay. So for the meat, we want to fill up a bowl with water. And then we are going to put the meat in there. Just how it comes in the package. Today we're going to be using taco meat. I think we're going to be using about 3 pounds of meat today. So it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be nice because honestly, the way that we season it and the way that we cook it, you don't have to just eat it with sopes. You can also just eat it as tacos. That's the nice thing about us Latino people, that we like to recycle our food in a way. And I mean it in the best way possible, as in like we use a lot of the same ingredients for a lot of different things. Like everything that's like sopes, to like enchiladas, to like tacos, to tortas and everything. It, for the most part, consists a lot of the same ingredients, like pretty similar ingredients. And then the maseca, if you're worried about like just buying that whole bunch of a packet for like that, you can also make homemade tortillas with that. It's the same process as that. You just make once you start separating it into making it into like little tortillas, instead of making them thicker and smaller, you make them a little bit thinner and bigger. So again, we like to recycle our ingredients and use most of it as much as we can. And then the secret ingredient to clean the meat is I used a little bit of vinegar, just to get rid of the bacteria. And then a pro hack as well is that I add a little bit of juice. And then you don't have to just use taco meat itself. You can always use like arrachera or anything really, as long as you're able to like cook it in like small pieces. You can even use ground beef if you want, or chicken. Really, the toppings for the sopes, it's endless. It's endless because you can just use beans or cheese. That's the most, like, I would say, vegan friendly that you can get. So,
all right, what's the next step? What are we
right.
doing next?
So we're gonna let this sit on the side. I'm gonna judge your masa.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm judge your masa.
It's not supposed to crack, right? You're trying to make
Correct.
it not crack. Okay.
See if it's
Oh, jeez.
approved. So it'll put a little bit of hemp to it. But I'd say it's pretty solid.
That's all right.
I'd say it's pretty solid. I give it, no, for your first time, honestly, I think I'm gonna give you an 8.5.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were rating each other like that.
Yeah.
I should have rated you the last video. No?
Oh, thanks.
I'll know for the future.
Now, so then what you want to do is grab a little bit of masa, and then you're gonna make it into like if a ball, kind of like if you're making these, pretty much, pretty standard. And then what you want to do is with the 4 fingers, you're gonna want to like kind of strain that out of it. Until you get it to like a curve, like kind of like a patty, pretty much.
Okay.
That's what you're gonna be doing, essentially. So you want to have, that's about, the size that you want. Because you don't want it too thick. Let's like that way you guys can see kind of like the size of your palm, pretty much, is what you're wanting. Now we can use that. I love all kinds of food. I think the food is like so sacred overall.
Yeah.
Like so many things that you can do with like one thing. Like one ingredient can like come so far.
Yeah.
And honestly, I love the fact that we live in such a time period where, my husband says this a lot, that we eat better than kings. In the sense of like we have access to so much different kinds of foods that it's ridiculous. Like in a good sense. Like back then, all you had was what? Like
their best stuff was like bread.
Yeah. And like,
love like bread.
And like whatever you were able to like agriculture for yourself, whatever you were able to like farm for yourself. And now it's like, oh, there's all these kinds of fish that you can eat because we're able to like import stuff from other countries. And it's amazing.
Who doesn't love getting high and eating some food?
Oh yeah. And if you say no, I know you're lying because I know those munchies be kicking in. So they'll be coming at me saying that like, oh, I don't like doing that. Yeah, okay, buddy. Say that to the crumbs you left in your kitchen.
Damn.
Are you a little too faded? You like that?
Oh shit. I almost dropped the only one.
No. Then I would have to ban you from this kitchen.
Yeah, you were mad.
All right, buddy. I'm the new host now. We're done. Bye.
Goodbye. See you guys. I'll be back at some point, I guess. So I actually want to be back.
You almost drop it again. Bye, Renan. This is why we can't have nice things.
I have to go take a little smoke. I'll be back.
I don't know if I think that's the last thing that you need.
Oh my god. It's okay. I was vibing with it.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay. I get it.
No, it's okay.
It's like, no, I fucked up. Just be honest. size.
Stop.
No, you just...
You can put them in the
No.
Fine.
This is my redemption one.
So now 2 things. We're gonna go back to the meat. You might not see this in camera then, but so then we're just gonna rinse out our meat. That way you can drain.
Okay, here we go. Alright, you drain the meat. What are we doing now?
So now we'll wait for that. I'm gonna prep the bowl. So that we can season our meat, because you want to season it before we start cooking it. So we used. Let's go back a little bit, and let's kind of summarize what we've done. So we did the dough to make the sopes, and we used 3 cups of the maseca, and I want to say that we used about 1.5 cups, maybe 2, of warm water. Again, you want to go ahead and kind of add that water a little bit by little, just so that it doesn't get too watery, because you also don't want it too powdery. You want it like, how would you describe the consistency of it?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty much dough. It's basically like a dough.
Yeah.
It's a little powdery, but that's fine. Just as long as it's moldable, as long as it's moist and it doesn't crack. You don't want it cracking.
Yeah. So while we wait for that, we can also start kind of prepping for the salsas. Okay. So for the salsas, what we want to do, we're going to be doing 2 different salsas, a red one and a green one. We're going to be using some tomatoes. Those you can cut in like half. You don't have to be perfect, just because they're going to be blended. And something like this. I just cut them straight ahead in half. The green tomatoes, you want to use green tomatoes for the green salsa. You can just put those like that. And you can combine those together because you're going to put them in water so they can cook. And then I'm going to show you that in a bit. You want to take off the stem of these. Of the jalapenos, because today we're going to be using jalapenos. And you can add as much or as little jalapenos or any type of chile that you want for your salsa. Really, spicy tolerance just depends on everybody. That's why we also don't tend to measure a lot of the times. And if you do feel like it's too spicy, you can always add like more tomatoes to kind of like mild that down.
They smell good. Is this the color you want?
No, I'm showing now. Because I want to make sure that it gets cooked in the middle.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna get fried, but only the fried portion can only do so much too. So while the sopes are cooking, we're gonna go ahead and season our meat. I'm gonna put that back here once it's strained. So there's really no rule to seasoning your steak taco meat. I just use the regular like steak and meat seasoning. You can find this at a Mexican store. You can really make your own. Again, just season it. You want to make sure that it's full and colorful.
Yeah.
So that's how you know that it's well seasoned. Don't ask me for measurements. So it's probably about, I don't know.
Season your food, people. You can figure it out.
Literally. It's about trial and error, really. I also used minced onion. And then we also want to mince some garlic. So we have fresh garlic. We're gonna also use probably half of an orange. Now you can use an orange or you can use like a lime, a lemon, It's just so that the citric, oh my god, the citriness of it, it's just pretty much just gonna help soften that meat once you're cooking it. And it gives it a really nice flavor too as well. I'm gonna mix this around. And I'm most likely gonna add more seasoning to it. Alright, so the meat is all done, it's all well seasoned. Now we're gonna let it rest while we mold the sopes, and we'll go on from there. So basically you wanna use these, and what you're gonna create is gonna be a barrier pretty much. So you can do it without it or with it. I'm gonna show you first how to do it without it. The purpose of a rag or anything like that is just so that it helps you with the warmth of it so that you don't burn yourself. Basically, you're gonna pinch the edges, but you don't want to be too harsh on it so that they don't break. So you're gonna end up looking something like this.
Okay.
Oh no! See, you wanna be careful because if not, they'll break. How do you like this process so far?
Me?
Yeah.
I like it. It's fun. Smells really good right now. I'm excited to eat.
They're a little bit time consuming.
Yeah.
But it's mainly because we're making it out of scratch. Basically, you can always buy them already store-bought. I personally just try not to, just because they're not the same as when you like homemade cook them.
Yeah, that sweat in there.
It has that hard work put into it. And it's just a satisfaction afterwards, like, yeah, I did that, you know? We're going to go ahead and add the stuff for the salsa. So far, we're going to be combining everything pretty much together. You're going to boil the items with warm water. We're using about 4 tomatoes, 3 jalapenos. We're gonna be using 10 tomatoes, green tomatoes. So it depends on the size. So you just want to get like a bunch like this for the salsa, and the same amount for like the tomatoes. Oh. And then for your salsa, I'm gonna personally add a piece of onion. Once I'm gonna go ahead and blend it. Can't think.
So you're all good. Which one?
Can't think today. Some people like to add it and boil it with the rest of the tomatoes, but I like to use it when I'm gonna blend it. And we're gonna use pretty much a quarter for each salsa. And I think the oil is ready for it. So while those are cooking, you want to make sure that you're also being careful with it because it can overcook and then they can become too hard and you don't want that. So you're gonna have to kind of keep an eye on it and do that. I am gonna put the meat right now to get us started cooking because that's gonna take a little bit too. So you want a really nice golden color to it. Once that's done, I can do the beans.
The what?
The beans.
Okay. What do you need for that?
Just gotta pretty much fry them with a little bit of oil.
Okay.
I like to add a little bit of onion to add flavor. Normally, I would use like homemade beans, but I didn't have any to bring. So, I don't advocate for beans in a can, but it is what it is today. So in a hot pan, we're gonna saute some onions and then we're gonna add the beans so that they can fry for a little bit, and then we're gonna season it with a little bit of salt. If you would like, you can also go ahead and add a little bit of black pepper to it too. Next tomatoes are done. Check on it. It's looking really dark.
And I'm preparing the magic oil. I have descriptions on how to dosage and do the magic oil in the description with the recipe too.
Alright, so for the first salsa, which will be the green salsa, we're gonna add a quarter of onion. We wanna add one jalapeno. We're gonna do one because I have a feeling that it's gonna be a bit spicy. You wanna add your green tomatoes. And could you hand me the garlic?
How many did you want?
Let's do 3 cloves. Yeah, those. Can add those in there. So I should have like 8. I'm gonna leave 2 for the red salsa. You want to add a little bit of water too. You can just use the same water because it's good water, and we wash the vegetables and fruits before we use them. Should be good. You can add a little bit of cilantro too if you like, and we're gonna need salt. Then you're gonna need a good amount, like that.
And the oil.
Sorry, the oil, yeah. Let's not forget the oil. So we're doing about 1/8 of the oil of our magic oil. Alright. So we have 1 cup of salsa, 2. So it makes almost 3 cups of salsa, which is a lot for your friends and family. It's spicy?
Yeah.
Too spicy.
It's not too spicy.
Okay, if it's spicy.
I'm okay. It's not too spicy.
Alright, so you can always come back on the jalapenos, obviously. We'll do half on this one.
Just surprised me.
So pretty much the same idea for this one.
Why? We only put half?
Yeah.
We can put both in. It's not that good.
And then our oil. And our garlic. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more because I added, I think, a little bit too much water. Oh, it's not spicy.
I told you it wasn't.
I thought it was gonna be really spicy.
I literally told you it wasn't that spicy.
Yeah, so that one doesn't have like anything. They're good.
Jeez, you don't listen to me.
I don't trust
God.
you.
Oh, Jesus.
So then you just basically assemble everything else. I'm gonna make one.
Okay, go.
Okay. You wanna add your beans as a base. And then you wanna add your meat. Oh, I just don't want to stay in there. And then from here, it's just basically there's no law to what you want to add to it. We have cheese, we have sour cream, to add some lettuce, some cheese. You want a piece or you can take like to add avocado. I like sour cream.
Okay.
And your salsa. I'll do both because why not? We'll go crazy here.
Yeah, might as well.
But yeah, there you have it. You got your SOPES. Invite your friends over, make them some SOPES. Alright, listen. We need to celebrate.
Yeah.
We need to celebrate with real jarritos, you know?
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Alright.
Alright.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
In my nose.
It's literally so good. Don't mind him falling apart, but
It's good.
these are really good.
It's messy. Everything comes together perfectly.
The salsa could have been a little bit more spicier.
She didn't believe me. Remember that.
That was my mistake, I guess. But yeah, salsa could have been more spicier. Probably try to add a little bit less water next time, especially for that red one. Because I didn't realize it until after he put the oil. And then I was like, well, I can't go back anymore.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, this is fantastic.
Say that again?
I think my Latino friends would be proud of me out there.
Hey, I'm proud of you. I'm not Latino.
People say that this is good for a snack. Forget the snack. This is a whole meal.
Yeah.
It's a whole meal. All the different combinations that you can do with it too. Like, you can do tacos, and then that's all that's gonna last you for a while.
Yeah.
So, if you definitely want less of a batch, just cut down the ingredients to have.
And like I said, I have the dosage stuff in for the RSL, so you can also mess with that yourself. Cause yeah, those should be 100 each. I gotta be careful with that.
Or don't.
yeah, just go crazy with it, honestly.
Hey, Cinco de Mayo.
Alright, well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy. And join us next month for Juneteenth.
Juneteenth?
Should we do Juneteenth?
I think we should. A little salt to our lives.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.